Thank you for joining us on our journey through the Marvel Cinematic Universe's Infinity Saga. Starting with Iron Man and ending with Spider-Man Far From Home, this podcast will contain spoilers for any of the films in the saga. This is your one and only spoiler warning for all of those films. Our goal is to discuss the plot of the movie we're currently watching, but it's almost impossible to talk about these great movies without bringing up what makes the others so great. Consider this your one and only spoiler warning for any of the movies in MCU's Infinity Saga. If you have any desire to see those movies, which you should, they're amazing, before hearing of the opinions of two regular Dans in their 30s and 40s, leave now and go watch them. They're great. Then come back here and listen to our take, because we have a lot of great and interesting takes. This is also your one and only adult content warning. This podcast will contain mature language and adult situations. Our goal is never to offend or alienate. We believe that there can be comedy in everything, and everything should be discussed with an open mind. So please take anything we say with a grain of salt. Thanks for listening. That's GF, Joe. It probably is half the battle. I don't know. Testing. These are tests. You ready?
Testing 1 2 2 2 1 1 test. Did you see that clip I sent you?
No, not yet. We were on a walk
God
when you sent it.
All right.
All right. Bye. See ya.
Yeah. So
Did you just use my last name on the podcast?
Oh,
you
don't-
son of a bitch.
I know the editor. He can edit it out.
Wait, is that me? How are you today?
Oh man, I am good. Yeah, I'm hanging. Things are getting great nowadays.
You know, when everything's on fire and the fire just gets brighter,
You just gotta love the colors.
yeah, it's calming, kinda.
Right. Just cozy on up and watch everything burn.
This is Discussing Dan's Presents Entertainment and You, How Pop Culture Shapes Your World. Our mission statement is to keep a vague and open dialogue about how sci-fi has affected pop culture as viewed through the eyes of two Dans in their 30s and 40s. No topic is too off topic, and no opinion is wrong. Currently, we are coming back to our, trying to think of the right words here, Infinity War watch through review.
Right, review.
Came out in 2018. Directed by I almost did it again. Directed by Joe and Anthony Russo. And we left off with our Avengers split between Nidavellir, Titan, and Earth on Wakanda, or in
Right.
Wakanda.
Stakes
are high.
Yeah, the Guardians of the Galaxy run into Iron Man, Doctor Strange, and Spider-Man.
Is he your ward?
Yeah.
What's the relationship here?
They have a great back and forth, but ultimately they quickly find out after Star-Lord reveals that he serves Jesus, or he's
Am I supposed to say Jesus?
yeah, it clues into Tony that he's from Earth, and he says so, and you're like, I'm from Missouri. Yeah, that's on Earth. Yeah, so realizing that they're all on the same team, all against Thanos, luckily lowering the tension and aggression, get into calling each other names and working together.
Yeah, through name calling and and some deduction. He's like, you know Thor? Yeah. Tall guy, not that good looking, needed saving.
Yeah. Oh man, his immense jealousy of Thor is something I hope to see in the next Thor movie. I really want to see Thor continuing to go with the Guardians of the Galaxy, and then maybe runs into Jane Foster and she ends up getting handed Mjolnir so that she can become Thor.
Hell yeah.
And I don't know what's going to happen to Thor. It's interesting because after Infinity War and Endgame, I thought that the news was that Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans,
Scarlett Johansson,
Chris Hemsworth, they all kind of were done. They had finished their segment. And I had known for sure that Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. were definitely saying that they were done playing this role.
Yeah.
I think I assumed the rest, and especially hearing that Jane Foster is going to take the role of Thor. But I recently heard that Chris Hemsworth is like, I would really love to continue working for Marvel, and I'm very interested in any future parts.
Well, I think Taika Waititi helps reinvigorate his love for the. Well,
agreed. Yeah, he wasn't into it after Thor 2.
No, definitely not. but I think Taika helped him have a lot of fun with it, and I mean, yeah, it shows.
He enjoyed doing Fat Thor and Infinity War.
Yeah, I mean, I think he didn't get into his stride until these last 4 movies.
Yeah, and which greatly increased Thor's comedic role, which I think Hemsworth just likes doing. I think Hemsworth is a pretty funny guy. I think he
hit
just
the genetic lottery. Tall, good looking, perfectly built, and handsome and funny. Oh, come on.
Yeah, right. It is
total package, and he's a Chris. Like,
right?
Jeez.
Yeah, it's uncalled for.
Yeah,
but he's not a dude. He's a man.
You're a dude. This is a man. He's like a pirate had, and an angel had a baby. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, so
pirate part just because had an eye patch.
Right, of course. Maybe the wicked haircut. So the 2 teams of the Guardians and the remnants of, well, not the remnants, but the
a Avenger and a newly inducted Avenger.
Yeah, because I don't think Strange is officially an Avenger. He's like on his own thing, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so they team up, and through Doctor Strange, he reveals that he went into the future and saw 14,000 some odd amount of futures.
14,605,000.
Thank you. And he finds one in which they win. And he says he can't tell how it's going to work out, so he's just going to live that plan.
Yeah, and man, having seen the end of the movie and then watching him deliver that line to Tony, how many did you see? 14,605,000, and then Tony looks at him and says, "How many did we win?" When he looks at Tony and says 1, like, having seen the whole thing now, that there's so much weight behind him saying 1.
Yeah, you make a hell of a decision that saved all of our asses.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you about it.
Yeah. You of all people. Oh, by the way, I got to die for 5 years.
Yeah, right?
I'm not going to be around to explain anything. Just
There's going to be a really important rat, and everything will fall into pieces after he shows himself.
Exactly. So what's this plan? All right, so the linchpin is all on this rat. Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that in about 5 years he's gonna flip a switch in a van, right?
Did you just say I'm pretty sure?
Well, I mean, I saw a lot of them over the last.
Yeah, okay, that might have been the one that I saw, but it was 14,605,000. We're probably fine. This is probably that one.
So they come up with a plan, and then we cut to Thanos, who has forced Gamora to reveal the location of the Soul Stone on Vormir. Which then we're surprised to see that Red Skull was right from the first Avenger. He was teleported away into space, which was like a mysterious way for a bad guy to disappear.
The Tesseract threw him up into space, and yeah, he says, I also sought the power of the stones. I even held one in my hands, but it cast me out and cursed me to lead those to a treasure I could never possess.
Poetic.
Very poetic. Amazing delivery by the guy who's not Agent Smith.
It's interesting. One of the things I gleaned from his Red Skull's role in this is he knows the father and mother of everybody. And then when Thanos is crying and he's like, it's not those tears aren't for him. It's not like he's, I don't know. It seems like he's somewhat sensitive.
This motherfucker is astute.
Right. Well, yeah. Right. He's astute. He's paying attention, and he's aware of what's going on. Yeah. I'm just saying he's sensitive, where the old Red Skull was a cold, calculated, I don't care about everybody. I'll kill everybody in order to prove that I'm the superior being or whatever. But he's now locked into this soul world, and I wonder if his soul was maybe fixed because of this, and because of that he's not an evil maniacal person who always wants to dominate. He has to guide anybody looking for a soul stone through the determination that he's going to have to kill something he loves. It's a hard thing no matter what.
Yeah.
And he doesn't deliver it with maniacal glee. He delivers it with a somber tone.
Yeah.
I'm just saying there's got it's a change of character,
Well,
and I wonder.
maybe even a little regret.
Sure, yeah,
Maybe
absolutely.
some after lifetimes of banishment. Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
some.
I mean,
Maybe I shouldn't have been such a dick.
in theory, he's been here something like what 60 earthly years. I don't know how many Vormir years that is.
However old Cap has been asleep.
Right,
70
right,
something years. Yeah, I don't know.
right. No, he's been here a while. I don't know if anybody else has ever sought the Soul Stone in the galaxy.
Yeah, he said guiding others to a treasure. He said others, so maybe.
Right. So who did search it for it in the past 60, 70 years? That's a good question.
Perhaps more emissaries of Thanos.
Well, Thanos had, maybe, but Thanos had never found it, never knew the name of it.
Oh,
and the only emissary who ever succeeded
was Gamora.
Who we're all, so we don't know.
That's true.
We don't know.
Huh.
It's a big galaxy.
Yeah. And every life in the galaxy is bipedal and speaks English.
Right? Right? That's lucky.
That's
really lucky.
Man, we got man. Pretty lucky in the Milky Way that the standard language is English.
I gotta say, the scene with Gamora, I saw it coming.
Okay.
Hard.
Yeah. So that's what blows my mind. I feel like everybody saw it coming, right? So, he you must throw away something that you love, a soul for a soul. I assumed Gamora was like, oh, I'm going to die. But no, she starts laughing and basically mocking him, saying, you're at this point, your whole life, nothing has ever stopped you, but finally this, because you love nothing. I'm like, how could you not see that he's going to be offering you up?
Yeah, I agree. But I mean, I could also imagine that her as a daughter of Thanos who grew up hating this guy and telling him every day how stupid he is, that she doesn't imagine that he loves her, but obviously it's the only reason why she is still there. It's like, whatever crafted the love in Thanos's heart, I have no idea. I mean, we saw him wipe out half of his Gamora's planet and give her a knife and steal her away from her family and people.
Yeah, could just be the want of a father that he knows, like, I don't know, like a soldier in Rome. He knows, exactly. He knows he's gonna be a soldier, so he can't have a family. So I'm just gonna.
Have you heard about this Eternals movie that is eventually somewhat going to come out?
Dish.
Well, there's rumors saying that there's going to be flashbacks in which we're going to see young Thanos.
What?
Because Thanos is an Eternal.
Yeah, he's of an Eternal.
He is an Eternal, but he was born with a deviant gene.
Yeah.
So that's what gives him the purple and ugly, quote unquote, skin.
Nutsack skin.
Right. Which made him, despite his genius and his reasoning, he was very much a logical and caring person when he was a kid, and he honestly did want to try to save his planet. So it's a pretty twisted upbringing, and that turned him into the Thanos we knew. I'm very excited to learn about Thanos as a kid.
Yeah, every scene that they slow down with him explaining his past or explaining his motives or anything, you don't get the sense that this is a guy who is backed into a corner or a guy that his motivations are wrapped around like power or greed. It seems like he legit has a purpose in mind, and the purpose happens to be his motives or his method is wrong, but his purpose is to extend the life of all life. And
yeah, well, it was derived specifically from his home planet and its Krypton forecast of destruction. So he knew that his planet was going to die and no one was going to live, and he wanted to make a crazy sacrifice of half the people,
a lottery,
dispassionate, right? And which he felt he could present numbers that could show that we would make it if we only reduced half our population. They called him a madman, and so he felt that he needed to apply, and then they died. And so,
of course,
he felt that he needed to apply his logic to the rest of the galaxy.
Congratulations, you're a prophet. No, I'm a survivor. Yeah, so multiple times throughout the movie, we get a calm Thanos explaining his plot. While he's on Vormir and having successfully murdered his daughter for the Soul Stone, we start to get the feeling that the movie is beginning to ramp up towards a final battle. Our On the Lam Avengers arrive in Wakanda to a vibranium-armed White Wolf.
Right, Wolf's good. That's his. Bucky Barnes is his given name. Sure.
Yeah, and they decide, they don't trade lives, so they need to sever the Mind Stone from Vision somehow, keep him intact.
Which they think they can do in Wakanda.
Yes, so Cap takes them to Wakanda and
Wakanda forever.
I know, I love that. Yeah, dude. I know, I'm always like, yes, kid would go there. Show me more of the city. It's so cool.
Emo man. Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Oh man, Chadwick Boseman.
Rest in peace,
dude. Man, best wishes to everything that he's tried to ever do in his life. Man, that's a really sad story. I hope that the MCU does something creative with his character's lack of appearance. I think I've heard a lot of rumors that it's going to go to the younger sister.
Yeah,
which is what happened in the
comics. Yeah,
which
is cool because she'll have the whole technology aspect.
She's got to start working out and shit.
Yeah, she needs to eat a sandwich. She's tiny. She's really cute, right? Though. I like her.
I know.
And she pulls out the meme in the Black Panther.
Yeah, like, what are those?
What are those?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's really cute.
But I hope that move that in that direction.
I hope that like you said, I hope they do a tribute in some fashion.
Yeah, and a decent explanation as to what happens in the MCU to Black Panther, and not to, of course, anything to do with.
I'm sure as soon as Kevin Feige heard the news, after
he had a backup plan.
Yeah, after he made his condolences, his next venture was probably writing it into the story. Right. Really sad, unfortunate, but hey, yeah, it's 2020.
Right.
Bad news is like bread and butter this year.
That's our move. Yeah.
Anyway,
so we cut to Thor and Rocket on you do it better.
Nivedallir.
There's a Dave in there, like Nivedallir.
It's Nvideller or something like that. Nivedallir. Hello, editor Dan here. Just to let you know, I was wrong. Dan was right. It's Nidavellir. There is a Dave in there. Nivedallir. Say it again. Nivedallir. I was wrong.
Yeah, so it's apparently frozen in ice and needs a jump start, which Thor decides to do manually with himself and a rocket that he attaches himself, driven by Rocket, piloted by Rocket.
Somehow he defies all physics and uses a pod to accelerate a what's that called? There's a name for that type of
gyroscope.
Thank you. I was just about to say for that type of gyroscope, but it's the word I was gonna say.
It doesn't even fully gyroscope. It just kind of like needs to rotate around a little bit again, then get aligned to have this ring of circles that the newly ignited star is going to expel star energy through. This Nivedallir is, I mean, I really love seeing sci-fi enormous technologies.
Oh, me too.
And it could be MCU's version of a Dyson sphere, like that big metal.
It collects energy from a star on all sides.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But a ring gyroscopic version or gyroscopic. Yeah.
It looks like the rings power the shell that is around the star, and the shell that's around the star fuels the forge that is in the rings. It seems like that's what's happening.
Either way, it's fucking cool. Like really cool. Like coming into this from a Star Wars like epic sci-fi type of love. Yeah, exactly. Seeing them like pull out some shit like that.
I also really liked Thanos' enormous ship.
Oh man, dude, the donuts, how they dock with the ship, they like kind of spin sideways and flat like donuts, and then they go up into the ship. Yeah.
Yeah.
All the technology was definitely, you could tell,
well thought out.
Yeah, well thought out, and thought out from people who grew up at a time when Star Wars was new for them as
Right?
kids.
No doubt. No doubt.
Yeah, that's what I've seen multiple interviews with Joe and Anthony Russo, and they say, like, when we were kids, all we liked to do was talk about movies. Like, that's all we did was talk about movies. And
Yeah.
when 1979, brand new Star Wars film, sci-fi,
Yeah.
fucking breaking records, and
Yeah.
I can't even imagine. And now they're taking all their love of talking about movies and they're bringing their expertise to our beloved fictional universe. It's fucking awesome.
Absolutely. No, there is obviously influences of Star Wars is woven in through this MCU. There's so many hands getting cut off. There's a lot of good Star Wars stuff that they took from Star Wars and adapted into this or wove.
Oh shit! There's a couple
moments.
Wilhelm screams in this fucking movie.
Oh yeah, I get excited every time I hear that. I still get excited.
Oh yeah. To bring us up to speed, as I said before, where it feels like we're culminating in a final battle. We have a opening to Hoth kind of feeling in Wakanda. Mm-hmm. We have Captain America saying he needs to start arming up. Black Panther starts giving orders, and they all end up at some point on a battlefield. And I actually made a note about this. The enemy team, so what did we say? It was Proxima
Midnight
and the lady.
No, it's Proxima. Oh yeah, Glaive.
Glaive is the guy. Glaive is the guy. Proxima Midnight. Okay. For now, we'll just say Midnight and Glaive. So, the last time Corvus Glaive.
There it is.
The last time Corvus Glaive and the others all had seen each other was in Scotland, and
right, you'll never get a chance again.
Yes, you'll never get a chance again, and they flew away. Well, he was injured, and when they approach as emissaries at the end of the Wakandan force field, she stabs her little spear through it, and realizes it's a force field, and it's just the big guy with her, the one that doesn't speak any English, and Scarlett Scarlett Johansson says, "Where's your friend?" And she says, "We will pay for his life with yours."
Right.
He wasn't dead. She's playing chess moves. He somehow infiltrated where they were trying to extract
Wakanda.
Yeah, where they were trying
the palace.
Yeah, like the palace, the fucking palace. So I don't know.
He's supposed to be a pretty sneaky guy.
I thought that was really cool.
Absolutely. Yeah, and then they were waiting to see the Scarlet Witch on the field.
Yeah.
And once they did, that's when Proxima Midnight said,
"Time to make my move."
Down.
Yep, take him down.
I liked in the beginning of that when they were having their discussion. I liked how Proxima Midnight said, "We have blood to spare. Like you're not asking anything from us."
He's like, "You will not get anything but dust and blood."
Right. We have blood to spare.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm gonna send these mindless masses at you. That's how we fucking solve our problems. We don't convince sentient people that this is the right move. We have a army of fanatical 6-armed beasts who want to tear apart anything we tell them to.
And boy, are they insane. They're definitely not Chitauri. I don't know what they are. It's like, it reminds me of Lord of the Rings, like orcs coming after the fucking Riders of Rohan or something.
Yeah, the 4 arms, I would say, make them especially dangerous to Black Panther and Captain America, who are great at physical combat, but
2 extra arms.
They can't block 6 limbs at once.
No, these ships land in the forest, smash, and we have blood to spare. And they open the doors, and this army comes launching out, and Captain America, Scarlett Johansson come back to the ranks and tell them that there's no diplomacy. War is, battle is coming, and they decide to open up a single section of the force field.
Yeah, but first, I want to point out that that mindless 6-armed or 4-armed horde, they run up to the shield and they reach their arms through, severing their arms, but it doesn't stop them from doing it.
They keep
trying.
They
just continue severing their bodies. And occasionally getting one person
or
through,
two, or
probably pretty hurt, but they still just charge blindly.
It was really violent.
It was, but I mean, also their logic of opening up the gate seems to me like you could have probably waited 15 more minutes while they continued severing their own arms. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Reducing their army by a very significant degree, then opened your field. Don't just do it now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, they were worried that they were going to spread around the shield and eventually get on their backside. But that was going to take a while.
Oh yeah, I feel like the amount of them that there would not have been an issue. Like they could have just kept the force field as is, and they would have run out of guys before they got to the force field.
Yeah,
but then we wouldn't have had a cool cinematic.
Yeah,
movie.
of course.
I completely agree. They could have surrounded it all day long, but I don't think they had the numbers.
Exactly.
And if that's the case, then they'd be like, okay, well, we'll just invade every other city then.
Yeah, we'll just turn around and fight all the people that you aren't defending. God damn it, stop it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, wait, you guys only have this force field around this one city?
I mean, it's, holding the thing that they want to capture, the Mind Stone.
Yeah, but
while they're spending all of their resources defending that, they could obviously be convinced away from their defenses of that one city.
Exactly.
By saying, oh, yeah, well, Germany's on fire. What are you going to do now?
Yeah.
Oh, God damn it.
Now all of South America just gone. What are you going to do now?
You want to defend your spot again?
Yeah. We're gonna wipe out all of Africa except for that little force field. So
deal with that.
Yeah. But nope, they decided to open the force field and let them in for
which absolutely, which
tactical.
They open a little small thing so they can funnel where they're coming in from, which it leads to an amazing, awesome scene. I love seeing Iron Patriot.
War Machine.
War Machine just dropping the canister, clink, 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 all those grenades into the fucking.
I know. Like, so he says, "Careful, Sam, you're gonna get your wings clipped." Like before they open the force field, he just drops like a fucking Tomcat would flying by, dropping bombs. But then later they show him in the sky, like shooting both arms with miniguns, missiles coming out of him. Like I was like, this is the War Machine that I remember.
Yeah, if they had just kept that force field open to like a 5-foot window and then just pointed War Machine's endless guns into that would have probably been a better tactical decision. Also, Hulk with Bruce Banner with his what's the lady's name? Veronica.
Veronica. Oh yeah, Veronica. Yeah.
Bruce Banner with Veronica. I mean, obviously he's okay at physical combat, but didn't Iron Man put in like unibeam and regular
all kinds of shit
repulsors? That's what I'm saying. Like Hulk went into that with the 4-armed dudes, and he was getting scratched up, and they're all over me. Seriously, this thing can attack a Hulk, but some multi-armed dudes are good. I mean, obviously it's not Tony Stark that's piloting the thing, but I mean,
it reminds me of the question: would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 50 duck-sized horses? I'm thinking you'd probably rather fight one horse-sized duck.
Yeah, this is the 50 duck-sized horses scenario.
You're gonna get surrounded. They're gonna be kicking and neighing, and oh man,
all not good. Dangerous stuff.
Dangerous stuff all around. No, but I completely agree. Like that thing has like the jackhammer punch and gas and flight capabilities. And granted, it's
so much.
It's a guy with 6 PhDs, none of them in flight or combat, but So it's also regular old Bruce Banner. He's not the Hulk. He doesn't do combat.
Right.
He's not thinking about using the laser cutter to cut these things in half. He's just like punch, kick.
Yeah. All right. If that's their angle, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
But
if that's
I'll say Veronica itself. Just if it was Tony Stark in Veronica, I don't know. I think that he would have done a lot more effective.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Definitely super nerf Veronica.
Yeah. So as this battle's going on, we cut to Thanos reaching Titan, where Doctor Strange is waiting with a speech.
And our heroes had decided before, don't call us plucky, okay? We don't know what it means. They had decided to go with Quill's plan. So sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. So we like your plan, but it's bad. So go with my plan because
it's better.
Yeah. But yeah, the plan was awesome to see. First, Iron Man just pushes a large
like
former
a ship
freighter
or something. Yeah, something
on top of him, in which he just gets angry and blows it up, and then turns it into a whole bunch of like bat-like things.
Yeah.
That Oh man, I mean that's him using the Reality Stone.
And the Power Stone.
I'm also, yeah, it's interesting to watch which stones he uses when, because they really do apply it well.
They do.
And I wanted to watch in this watch through whether when Doctor Strange separates himself into
Yes.
180 different varieties.
Yes.
I wonder if it's the Soul Stone. That's what
you'll see. He uses the Reality Stone to pinpoint the real real Doctor Strange, and in doing that, he forces his astral projected self to fall out of his body for a second. On this watch through, I watched the same thing. I was like, oh, is he going to be using the Soul Stone to knock his soul out of his body? But all I can see is a purple glow, a red glow.
I would have thought it was the Soul Stone to find out which one of these things has a soul. That was, but reality is also, also plausible. you know?
Yeah. And
oh man,
yeah. Go ahead.
We just saw the Spider-Man try to flick his web on the gauntlet and pull it off, and it was interesting to see that Thanos reacted a little bit to the pull, but then counter pulled and pulled Spider-Man right off of his feet into a clothesline of Thanos. I'm just saying, not many bad guys can pull Spider-Man off of his feet.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Spider-Man A can cling to that floor. B is fucking super strong. Not as strong as Thanos, obviously.
Clearly.
But it's just, it's just something of supreme significance to see, of Spider-Man just getting pulled right off of his feet.
Yeah.
That's just something you don't see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So many fucking amazing things that happen in this. But the
sleep maneuver.
Well, just so everything coming together ultimately works on Thanos. So they get his limbs spread out. Drax is somehow helping by holding onto his legs.
Drax does nothing.
He's literally doing nothing. I honestly
he's
literally holding his thighs, laying on the ground.
Yeah, he's just laying on the ground.
He's just laying on the ground doing nothing. Yeah. So the other ones are holding him back. Mantis jumps on his head, puts him in a deep sleep.
Iron Man's got his left arm, and I think it's
Doctor Strange has his right arm.
Right.
And Drax is holding his thigh for whatever reason.
Fucking Drax. Could you stab, please? You've been begging to stab forever. Just stab the dude.
Just even like...
I probably wouldn't pierce his skin, to be honest.
Well, even to like, Drax is a pretty big guy. Use your big weight to do like... Now, I know he wouldn't be able to do a full arm bar, but he'd at least be able to like spread across his back and like hold his right arm with his arms and his left arm with his legs, also preventing him from, bringing his arms together. I don't know. And then earlier, Doctor Strange whispers to his coat, "Don't let him close his fist."
Yeah,
I feel like that. All the stuff they could have added to Peter's plan when they ultimately get him, down, and it's just Peter and Tony working on the glove when Drax could have gotten up
totally
easily and walked over to the glove and just pulled it off.
How about this? Peter Quill, when he realizes that Thanos has killed Gamora, he loses his shit, and then instead of shooting the gun that does plasma damage or whatever fucking energy that gets expended out of this, he decides to smash him with the butt of the weapon. Why not just shoot his eyeball?
Yeah.
Shoot, you know what I mean?
I know.
Just keep on drilling. That will eventually burn some shit. I don't think it'll do that much damage, but it would do more than just a butt to the nose.
I mean, if you're going to punch a shark, really punch the shark. Don't just
fuck it up.
Daintily tap it. No, he decides to kick.
If you have a gun, shoot the shark. Don't fucking try to punch the shark with the
pistol whip it. Yeah. You don't look cool pistol whipping the shark. I guarantee you look cooler shooting it.
Yeah, so after Peter Quill punches him in the face, Thanos breaks the sleep
how
spell.
In character for Peter is that, though? He's the
he's
dumb, emotional, like first to capitalize on his feelings is Peter Quill.
I'm surprised. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I bet Peter Quill... Oh, no, he gets dusted. That's why.
Yeah, he gets dusted. Yeah, I was going to say. I kind of had a feeling where you were going, but please, what were you gonna say?
If you thought Thor would feel guilty about missing the
I was
head.
gonna say, yeah. I knew that. I can't believe I was thinking that exact same thing. I was like, if he's thinking if Thor felt bad, I'm gonna freak out. I'm freaking out right now.
Right? No, I mean seriously.
Yeah,
I feel terrible. There was a plan that they talked about. He even said your plan was dumb. We're gonna go with my plan. So he fucking boasted and shit.
Yep. And then he still fucks up the plan
to the biggest degree. Oh God, God damn it, Quill!
Yeah, for real. Like,
you let down your father.
I know. Like, I was so upset with him after this movie, like for months, and then it came out on Netflix. I watch it over and over on Netflix. I'm like, don't punch him, Peter. Peter.
God damn it, Peter! I like you, Peter. Don't be an idiot. God damn it, Peter.
But he does. He punches him.
Time.
Thanos snaps out of it, and he throws a moon at Iron Man. He fucking.
Oh, you throw another moon at me, and I'm gonna lose it.
He knocks out Drax, Doctor Strange, and Mantis all in the same throw, and yeah. Well, first we cut back to Nidavellir, where Thor.
Right.
So for some reason, the forge isn't opening all the way and allowing the star to heat it up.
Right.
So he has to hold it open, literally standing in the beam of the sun. He says, only if it kills me first. Right. That's what killing you means.
Dinklage. Oh my gosh. Like, I love that they made Dinklage a dwarf giant.
But a giant. Oh, I know. It's so awesome. But yeah, that line it's so well placed because it's such a dire moment. Like, well, you're about to face the full front of a star. It'll kill you. Only if I die. Yeah, that's what
I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I just said. But Thor, in his, he says
magnanimousness.
It'd be stupider to face Thanos without the axe.
They should have had him have a hell of a tan. Like, it would be great to see him with like a.
He just comes out with this really great bronze tan.
Yeah, like Trump levels. No, I want to say
orange.
Like, above normal levels. Like this guy got like stood out in the sun way too much, like red-ish.
Like he went to LA tan and he just did the spray. He didn't do the actual bed.
That would be great. That would have been hilarious to see if Thor in this battle scene, he's just crispy and freaking like chapped and shit. Just a little dry.
It was all like crusty and coughing and shit.
Yeah. I mean, but his clothes were burnt and then he was okay. I'm just saying they said that this is going to cause a tremendous amount of damage to you, but of course we'll not see any of that.
Yeah,
we'll see kind of pass out for a little bit.
Yeah, he's able to hold it open long enough. It melts the crazy whatever metal, Asgardian metal, I'm guessing. Uru, thank you. And they make a mold of Stormbreaker, but where's the handle? Tree, help me find the handle. It's like
when they name Stormbreaker is like, what do you know? Stormbreaker? It's a bit much.
That's a bit much. I love when they show him the mold too. He's like, what are we gonna hit Thanos with a brick? Rocket is the best.
I know. I can't wait for Guardians of the Galaxy, and I've heard that next movie is going to resolve and answer what Rocket Raccoon's backstory is. I'm so hoping that's the case.
Good. Yeah, because all we hear is he was rebuilt over and over and over.
So good.
But yeah, so they get the help of Groot. Our teenage angsty Groot sees a Thor hurt and in need of assistance, so he grabs the two pieces of Stormbreaker, and we have an axe that's part Groot and part Uru. Fucking awesome.
Yeah, I'm wondering what I mean. Seriously, it's ridiculous that they fucked up the part about the handle. Like,
where's the handle?
Why did they not have that ready?
And don't you think it would be included in the mold? Like, should it be part of the mold?
It seems that it's really something they should have seen coming as a problem.
Yeah.
Okay, so they fixed the Stormbreaker. That's fantastic. Then I think they cut to
On
okay,
Wakanda.
so on Wakanda.
So in Wakanda, things are getting worse. These giant earth movers travel underneath the force field. They're huge, like giant razors. Like I don't even know what they are, but they travel underneath the force field and pop out and start fucking with the battlefield. And so Scarlet Witch is then called to the battlefield, like we said before. That is what then brings Corvus Glaive.
Correct.
Yes.
Those roller blade things remind me of General Grievous's wheels on Revenge of the Sith.
On Genoa?
On Utapau.
Oh, I'm sorry, Utapau. Yes.
Yeah, you don't fucking question my Star Wars now.
Hey, I was just wrong. I didn't question anything. I was just
Genoa isn't
wrong.
a Star Wars planet. You're probably thinking of Geonosis.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah. We'll have to review Star Wars, dude.
That's what, I was legit thinking of the next thing that we should venture down, and it should either be Star Wars or a DC franchise. Maybe.
Actually, I would have been really. That was one I was thinking of suggesting was the DC animated movies.
That's what I was going to say.
I've seen a bunch of them, but not all of them. So I would be really excited to see like Superman Red Sun. I want to see that one so bad. I've seen some YouTube clips of it, and man, is it looking cool.
Why are there cartoon movies so much better?
Right?
Where did you go wrong, Warner Brothers?
They have the ability to write movies. They just don't have the ability to make it live action and not get a director to fucking movie. Yeah.
The issue is they've like pigeonholed themselves with two different studios. They have their animated studios and they have their live action studio. If that's how it feels, and the left hand has no idea what the right hand is doing.
Left hand, the animated studios, fucking rocking.
Yeah, they're jacking me off all day long. The right hand, it's over here putting its hand in beehives and fucking razor blades and blenders.
Jacking me off all day long. Oh yeah, I'll take that. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, it's a Batman versus Superman. Oh please. Oh wait. What are you doing, right hand? Batman versus Superman live action. Oh god, not the blender. That's how it feels. So
now, okay, so the movie goes to closing up some of the battles because we see the conclusion of the battle on Titan, which is amazing to see because it starts culminating between Thanos and Doctor Strange.
That scene was so cool. Yeah, he's using the Reality Stone to alter things, and the Master of the Mystic Arts is just changing those things to his advantage and throwing them right back.
Right, yeah, it's amazing. I loved the. It's like it seemed like Thanos turned one of Doctor Strange's things, and he just turned it into a swirling black hole thing, and then he launches that at Doctor Strange. And then you see Doctor Strange see, process, and react in desperation with hand gestures as to how he's going to react to him launching a black hole at him, or whatever the fucking thing is.
It's butterflies, right? That's what he turns it into? It
seems like he first triggers it to a mirror dimension.
Oh, that's right. He pushes it back as the mirror dimension, yeah.
Yeah, and it's just awesome to see. Yeah. It is a beautiful example, a beautiful display of two enormous powerhouses that have basically their imagination to battle each other, because Doctor Strange can do unknown amount of many things, whatever we can say he has a spell for, he can do it.
Yeah.
So that means anything that I would say that it enters the realm of the Reality Stone. That's my interpretation of MCU magic, basically tapping into that Reality Stone and using it to cause effects. Amazing. It's like a wizard's battle.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It was honestly watching two epic mages fight it out with their best spells.
I also want to say another one of my favorite moments in this is when Siri is trying to conclude and wrap up the last connections of Vision's Mind Stones and trying to
separating it. Yeah,
she's working really hard, and you see Vision sitting on the table. And his mouth and his eyes express that it is intense for him to work along with these severances that are being done by Siri. It just his expression, it just felt very much like he was literally involved with a CGI that's going on in the scene. It's such a weird expression. It's like the kind of expression you'd say if this person's picking his nose. It's just a very, you know what I mean? Like, something is fucking with my inside my forehead or behind my eye, or
it's like you're deep in thought about something that could potentially fucking murder you any second. That's in your nose or your ear.
Yeah, least of all, folk worried about your facial expressions, which his facial expression is weird. Which that's what I'm saying. As viewer, that weird facial expression really, if I was vision that mind stone being separated from my forehead. I'm just saying, rather than him just being close-eyed and just mute-faced.
Yeah, he's expressing.
That was so much better.
Yeah, it added to the depth. And hearing you say that just now reminds me of, have you ever seen the Animatrix?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I love that.
Okay, so there's a 2-part in that Animatrix that explains how the machines got to the point where they're at. And I think they call it the Machine Revolution. It's part 1 and part 2. In the second part, they explain how the machines started to exploit humanity as batteries. And they show a guy with the back half of his entire skull removed, but all of the, the jaw, the nasal cavity, the brain, everything is still there, but, like a cross-section. Yeah. And these machines are sticking needles and whatever into his brain, and he's laughing and then crying and then whatever.
Oh my God.
You describing that brought that scene to my head. So like, if it adds that much more depth to you, like on a rewatch, I'm gonna be like, ooh, I don't want the Mind Stone removed from my head.
Yeah, his mouth is kind of like forced into maybe like a O or a box shape, and it's because he's intensely focused. It seems as such. I'm just saying that those 2 seconds in which you saw that, I got a lot more intensity out of that scene because of his expression than, they could have as easily showed him,
passed out,
eyes closed. Yeah, eyes closed, just a laser on his, but he's like enduring the process.
Absolutely. Props for the shout out to that, because that's
absolutely.
I'm definitely having a, like I said,
Paul Bettany.
Paul Bettany. Yep. I said this many movies ago, but every time we rewatch these and we talk about them, there's something new I find to appreciate.
Totally, they packed a lot in these movies.
Yeah, and
this is the wizard battle.
Infinity War especially. There's the black hole. He throws the black hole, and then he's like, "Oh God!" and he turns it into butterflies. Yeah.
Yeah, you were right. You're right. And as he made the black hole, you see like the world, cloud, dust storms, all get sucked into this black hole, and electricity broiling around it. It was just very fucking awesome.
Yeah, you're right. It's the Soul Stone and the Power Stone he uses to. You're right. That's cool. So right after he sends the butterflies at him, Doctor Strange does a spell that conjures many different forms of him, who all pull their lava whip, whatever. Yeah, and they all lock onto Thanos, and Thanos uses, it looks like the yellow and purple glow, or yellow and blue. Either way, that's the Mind Stone and either the Power Stone or the, what's the purple?
Purple is power.
Power. Okay, so blue is space. So he either,
correct.
Okay, I think he uses the Space Stone and the Mind, or the Soul Stone.
Yeah, it was all the way on the right and all the way on the left. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it was the forefinger and the pinky. Yeah.
Yeah, because he puts the mind in the back of his hand.
And the time goes on his thumb.
That's right. So I think you're right. It's the power and the Soul Stone.
That's so cool. What a fucking detail that they decided to put in the. I mean, think about it. He's a wizard. He separates himself. Well, one of them has to be the real one, right? So how would I decipher that? Well, I'm gonna use the.
Only one of these things has a soul.
Yep. So let me find, and then he uses the blue and the Reality Stone and the Power Stone to pull him towards him.
Right, and it just doesn't pull him; it pulls him and the entire area around him.
Yeah, man, these movies, fuck.
Yeah, they don't fuck around.
They really don't. And talk as much shit as you want about it being a serialized movie. if you spend the time to watch all of them, the
I'm
payoff.
not talking.
No, and I'm not saying you specifically. I'm just
Yeah, I know what you mean.
in general. Like if you do take the time to watch all of them, the payoff is incalculable.
Yeah, I mean, we're all talking about Scorsese or something with his.
Yeah, he said they were not cinema.
Cinema.
Yeah,
right. I
agree. I agree with that because, like you said, you can't jump into any of them in the middle and expect to have the same understanding that you would as if you had watched them all from the beginning. Oh, here it is. Okay, so he whips him. Right. He grabs him, and then Thanos clenches his fist.
Purple
and yellow.
Purple and orange. Yeah. It's the Soul Stone and the Power Stone.
Then he uses the Space Stone and the Reality Stone to pull him towards him. So cool.
And this is an interesting thing where, so Thanos finds out that the necklace around him was a fake. But that's curious. That's a curious thing. I wonder if Doctor Strange could have attempted to trap Thanos in a time loop like he did Dormammu.
I feel like that wouldn't have worked because
with the Space Stone, of course.
Yep. Well, and at this point, he's got more than enough stones to make him more of a threat than any one of them could face individually, let alone together. I think he's got the reality, the space, the power, and the minds and the Soul Stone. So I think at this point he's pretty much unstoppable.
And he knows, so he also admits here when he starts doing the final battle with Tony that he knows Tony Stark. He also is cursed with knowledge.
You're not the only one that's cursed with knowledge, Stark. You know me? I do.
Yeah, which man. It still raises curiosity to me as to why he knew him first.
It doesn't to me. Are you kidding me? Okay.
Well, because he stopped him in the
we went to Earth movie. And our mothership, the Chitauri mothership, was blown up by a single guy carrying a rocket.
Right, that's right. Yeah.
Let me find out who that guy is. And then, dude, did you catch the Obadiah Stane Iron Man 1 reference right here?
No. Well, I mean,
Thanos clutching his head.
Yeah. Okay, I'll see that. Yeah.
He's like.
I mean, I was gonna say other than Thanos' ginormous bald head because that's like.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got Obadiah Stane written all over it.
All over. Yeah.
But no, he clutches him with the left hand as he's taking out his last golden egg, whatever. So Thanos ultimately defeats them. Tony, trying his hardest, his suit just doesn't have enough nanites to protect him and kill Thanos. Look, he grabs the stone from a star. Did you see that?
I didn't know if it was particularly a star. I mean, I felt it was like in that same way that Loki could hide the stone that he was possessing. I didn't know if it was.
I just thought it was a cool visual effect.
You're a cool visual effect.
Oh, what a sweetheart. Thanos ultimately defeats everyone on Titan, and under threat of Tony's life, Doctor Strange says, "Spare him, and I will give you the Time Stone." And when he does, he holds his no tricks. He holds his fingers up, and there's a star glowing between his fingers. And as the camera zooms in, it turns green, and bing, the Time Stone appears.
It's like he knew where the camera was. Oh, now Peter Quill wants to use his gun.
Yeah, Spider-Man ended up pretty much saving everybody who was unconscious after their initial battle.
Which was awesome to see.
Which was really cool. So he sends that planet in to kill Tony, and Spider-Man's using lesser gravity, protecting all the regular people.
To spiderweb everybody up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I forgot your name.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't remember everybody's names.
Yeah. I just met you.
Peter shows up, pissed off, trying to kill Thanos, and Thanos is just doesn't even consider him a threat and just disappears.
Space stoned out of there. So we cut to Wakanda, and we see Thor just fucking tearing up the army.
Him, Groot, and Rocket all appeared moments before that to save the day, essentially, after Groot had affixed the Stormbreaker with his own arm.
And Thor uses the Bifrost, which he can summon with a weapon.
Yep. He brings the three of them there, and a hilarious and epic battle ensues with Thor being the front runner for the rest of them now, and... now that Thanos has achieved all his stones, he comes back to get...
It goes quiet. Yeah, I loved the quiet scene where you hear the wind going through the trees.
Yeah.
And then
Man.
just like a dark cloud opens up and swirling gas just reveals Thanos popping out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, and everybody tries to charge him, and Thanos just lightly tosses aside everybody.
Eyes up. Stay sharp.
Oh, oh my gosh, Captain America in this scene.
He tries so hard, and Thanos even gives him like a why are you trying so hard before ultimately.
Yeah, I felt you're probably right with the why are you trying so hard, but I liked to think when I've seen it and up until this point, Thanos thinks like, why is he particularly resistant? Like he has like a questioning look, like,
Oh, like how are you so powerful?
Right.
I saw it as more of a I'm about to accomplish my goal. Why are you even trying?
Yeah. Yeah. You are, you're pretty strong, but not anything compared to me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like you're playing a video game, you got all your maxed out stats, and you're defeating the boss, and the boss is like, I'm going to do this little strategy and kind of defeat you now. And you're like, what? Why?
Captain America's whole hands are wrapped around Thanos' forefinger and pinky.
Yeah.
Trying to bend them backwards.
Like that's going to do anything. Yeah. And I love that.
I did that to my older brothers when I was a kid because that was the move that could tackle any 18-year-old when you're 12.
Yeah. You hold the hand back with both arms.
You bend a finger back beyond where it's supposed to bend, and the biggest guy will cower. I'm just saying. That was my method, is like, or pinching, because I was the smallest, youngest kid. So I had two older brothers. They always would beat me up. But when I did get my 2 cents in, it was because I bent their pinky back so far that they cried. It doesn't take a fucking giant strength to do that.
Yeah. Plus, your one hand would be larger. You could fit around more than just their pinky or their forefinger.
Yeah, absolutely. I was better off than Captain America against Thanos.
He does get some good licks in, though. He slides in, punches his knee, punches his hip, and then punches he gets him in the chin.
Yeah.
But yeah, look at his look. He's like, why? Just why? And then he punches him with his regular arm. He's like, all right, if I can't do it with my glove, then fuck you.
Yeah, just plow. And Thanos was going to be knocked out for a minute. Hold on.
Yeah, and this whole time, so, Thanos shows up. They all try their hardest. He's basically the most powerful thing in the universe at this point. And Vision tells Scarlet Witch, it's now or never. You got to blow this fucking stone up. You have to kill me.
I'm just noticing now as Scarlet Witch is blasting back with the red chaos energy, Thanos' glove was having the space stone glow, which is probably saying that all of her energy is going somewhere else.
Yep, and he's literally like, he even puts his hand up against it like a glass bubble, his other hand. Yeah, they did so much detail. And, okay, first of all, this scene blew me away with the CGI. After the explosion, she kills Vision, sadly. And he starts to approach. The sun and the shade from the leaves and the trees passing over his face. Yeah. I was like, holy shit. This
giant purple thing is here.
That's a real person. Like, that's a real 12-foot tall monster.
Yeah. They fixed the CGI to where there's no uncanny valley.
The uncanny valley is gone in this movie. It is incredible. Absolutely incredible. That scene solidified it for me. I was like, holy fuck, that's a real person. He sells Scarlet Witch. She says, you have no idea. I understand how you feel having to kill your loved ones. She's like, how could you ever? He says, child, this day has brought a toll more than you could ever know. He says, but now is no time to mourn. In fact, now is no time at all. So he uses the glove to reverse time. He brings Vision, stone included, back to life and snatches that shit right out of his skull with his bare hand.
I found, I don't know if any of our viewers has seen the previews for the WandaVision, but I always found it curious as to why Vision turned from vibrant red and green to a gray color. Was it the Mind Stone that is providing him color and reality? I don't know. It's interesting. It's an interesting thought.
Yeah, he did
Have
just
you
kind of
seen the
turn into
one
a gray husk. Yes, I did watch the trailer.
So in that trailer, we see like there's a moments in which Vision sees himself go from gray in that kind of 1950s TV show that they originally had to more of a color. I don't know what that's about, but I find there's a connection between why he turns gray here. I'm excited to see it in the show.
It's definitely going to be confusing because, like you said, I think you told me when you watch it, it's just going to raise more questions, which is all I have.
I believe that show is going to be finished prior to Multiverse of Madness.
Oh, cool.
Which is going to probably imply events in that show are going to have a great story significance on Multiverse of Madness.
That's what I've heard. And unfortunately, like going forward with the MCU, like you're going to have Disney Plus in order to be privy to all the details.
I gotta say, if they fucking keep on coming out with cool shit like this, I will pay that subscription.
Well, they got me. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, no doubt.
Thanos ultimately achieves his goal. He snatches the stone from Vision's face, puts it in the gauntlet, and as he's about to snap, we see a desperate attempt from Thor. He chucks the axe from a great distance, which is somehow able to surpass the beam of all 6 Infinity Stones and make its way firmly into Thanos' chest, to which Thor arrives soon after the axe does and says, I told you, you die for that.
Yeah. And Thanos, groans a little bit, shrugs it off. You shoulda.
What?
You shoulda gone for the head.
Snap.
Oh, man. Yeah, no doubt. I mean,
he should have gone for the head.
In the movies, when I saw the axe plunge into his stomach and that he was still alive, I knew.
You had a feeling?
I had a feeling. Don't fucking monetize this.
That Thanos is gonna win the fight. Yeah. Oh, and boy, does he win! He snaps his finger, and he's transported. We assume inside the Soul Stone, where Gamora is, a young baby child Gamora when he adopted her.
Well, no. Once he snapped, he was just brought to that place that resembled the Soul Stone world. It kind of resembled it with the
Vormir.
Liquid form.
Yeah. People assume that is the Soul Stone where he went.
Cool. It didn't seem like it was he meant to do it. He seemed also somewhat surprised that he was there.
Very.
So it's interesting to conceive of who was that Gamora kid.
Yeah.
In that moment, was that the Soul Stone? Was that the stones?
Yeah. Was that Vision? Like, yeah. What was that?
Was that Gamora?
Yeah. But she asks him, "Did you do it?" And he very reluctantly and sadly says yes. And she says, "What did it cost?" And he very, very sadly says, "Everything." And then they cut to a very confused Thor and a very confused Thanos. Thanos quickly looks around. Thor asks him, "What did you do?"
I don't know, but I'm going to GTFO right now.
So he gets the fuck out. He uses the gauntlet to leave. The axe just flops at the ground. And a lot of our favorite Avengers just start to
get dusted.
They fucking dust. They disappear.
And Peter, I hope you feel bad. This is your fault.
Yeah. He says, "Oh man," and then he gets dusted. Black Panther, Spider-Man, Peter Quill, Peter Parker. Yeah. Oh man, Peter's was the worst. And when I read online, it's like Peter has Spidey sense, so he could probably sense it coming before anybody else. And that was also the argument why he left so slowly. Some would say it's, for, the sad effect. But
right. Yeah. I heard that Tom Welling had improvised that scene and they liked it.
Yeah.
So...
He says, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I don't want to go.
I want to go.
And then when he hits the ground, he says, "I'm sorry," and then he disappears. And it's just literally the only two left on Titan are Nebula, who showed up randomly during the fight, and Tony Stark. The rest of our Avengers on Earth, most of them disappear. We have Black Widow, Captain America, Bruce Banner, Iron Patriot, and Thor are the only ones left on Earth. And then Thanos smiling over a grateful universe as the sun rises.
Yeah, he wins.
He definitely fucking wins. We get I think audiences have matured in 2018 to a point where they can accept the bad guy wins, especially over a serialized movie franchise like this. But it's not over. Our first post-credit scene is actually our only post-credit scene. Agent Hill and our favorite cursing Nick Fury, Samuel L. Jackson, sending a message to Captain Marvel, which nobody even saw that coming, at least in my opinion, that there was going to be a Captain Marvel movie.
But there was.
There definitely was. But it's not our next movie.
And I gotta say, which was a cool addition, and in Endgame, I really enjoyed Captain Marvel's role.
Oh, very much enjoy me some Brie Larson as Captain Marvel. It's a very good movie. But our next movie is definitely a lot higher tempo, much happier. It's called Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Oh, yeah. Our third, actually. This is another year where 3 movies from Marvel came out. 2018, directed by Peyton Reed. Ant-Man and the Wasp is our next installment. It is much lighter than this depressing movie. And, yeah, that was Infinity War. I hope you enjoyed both parts, because I've been Dan S. as in science.
And I've been Dan F. as in fictional.
And have a wonderful day.